Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's a girl journey. Today I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful short gown with a pocket cover, and it's a trending gown. So let's get started. So this is the material I'll be working with. It's a 2 yards of crepe material. It's a 2 yards. So the first thing I'm going to do is to start by marking the shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I shock it down. Then after that, I will rule. This will serve as my starting line. So from here I will take all the measurements. So from there I come down by 8 inches, which is the armhole, which is also known as the chest line. So there I'll be inserting the shoulder measurement also, so that I will get the straight line of the shoulder, that is armhole. So the next thing I'm going to insert is the bust measurement, divide by 4 without allowance, so that I will get the armhole curve. So on the shoulder line I came down by 1 inch. Then for the neck width I'm using 3.5 inches. Then neck depth I'm using 3 inches. This is for the front. So I'm going to connect the neck width to the shoulder line. So the next thing is to divide the remaining armhole line. I'll get the midpoint, then on the midpoint I'll come in by 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to make a armhole curve. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to insert the shoulder to waistline. From shoulder to waistline, then from the waistline I come down by hip line. I'm making use of 8 inches for the hip line. Then from shoulder to full body measurements, I'm making use of 35 inches. Is going to be a short gown, 35 inches. And also I'm making use of the material I have. You can make yours to be longer, but the shorter the finer. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to insert the bust measurement, divide by 4, then plus 2 inches allowance for sewing. Then on the waistline I'll be inserting waist measurement, divide by 4 plus 2 inches allowance for sewing. While on the hip line, but first of all let me connect these two together first. So on the hip line I'll be inserting hip measurements, divide by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then after that I will add extra 2 inches for the curve effect, because the hip part needs to be curvy. It needs to be excess. It needs to be more than the hip measurement itself. So what I have there, I'm inserting it on the full length. You can choose to make your full length a kind of a flare, that is a line, but I'm adding exactly what I have on my hip to the full length. So I'm going to connect this way. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it out, I added half of an inch on the shoulder part, that is on the shoulder part, so that I added at the down part also for joining. So I'll use the front to cut out the back. The only difference from the front to the back is the neck part, then and the zipper. So for the back, I'm going to make use of 1 inch zip, but for the neck I came up by 1.5 inches. So for the back, I'm left with 1.5 inches depth, then the width remains the same. So for the zip, I'm making use of 1 inch. I'm going to mark 1 inch throughout, but except the waistline. So on the waistline, I'm marking half of an inch. The reason why I reduced the waist part is to avoid it bugging. So I'm making use of 1 inch throughout except the waistline, and after that I will blend it so that it will not look sharp. So that is it for the back. That is the difference from the back to the front. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is how it's looking like after I finished cutting. The waist part is smaller because it's half of an inch, while the other part is 1 inch. So I will proceed in cutting the sleeve part. So for the sleeve part, I'll be cutting the 2 sleeves together, and it's a short sleeve. You can cut your sleeve the way you usually cut sleeve. It does not have another format or another formula. So the first thing I do is to mark the sleeve length I'm working with, then plus the allowance that I need. So after that, I will measure the sleeve cap, which is 4.5. Then here I measure 4 inches. Then I'm inserting the round sleeve divided by 2 plus 2 inches. Then I mark it, connect it to meet the sleeve cap. That's all. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out. So after cutting the sleeve, the next thing I'm going to cut now is the pocket, the cover of the pocket. In this skirt pattern, we will not be inserting the pocket itself, only the cover. The cover is a kind of fancy. So I'm making use of 4 inches by 7.5 inches. The 4 inches is unfold, that is why open is 8 inches. Hope you get what I mean. Why open is 8 inches, why unfold is 4 inches. Then the length of the width of the pocket is 7.5. By the time I turn the sides with the half of an inch that I have, I will be left with 7 inches. So for the front, I went ahead to turn it out with the lining. I cut the lining, then I turned the down part. While on the lining, I short 1 inch. You can short half of an inch depending on how you turn your lining. So I short the lining so that it will enable me to turn the main material. So the next thing is to insert that pocket cover. So from shoulder, I came down by 21 inches. I mark on this part. Then the other shoulder, I came down by 21 inches also. Then After that, I get the midpoint of this particular area. After getting the midpoint, then this is the midpoint here, I go outwards by 2 inches and inwards by 2 inches. That is the distance between the two pockets. That is total of 4 inches. This side 2, this side 2, total of 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and insert the pocket. So this is how I'm going to insert the pocket. I'll face this side and stitch, then afterwards I will top stitch like this. So I will do the same thing on this other side also. So after that, this is what I have. So for the back, I went ahead to turn the lining, then at the zipper part, then for the sleeve I short the sleeve by half of an inch also to turn the down part. So I'll go ahead and so this is what I have.